Okay, team, today I want to talk about why status doesn't even matter anymore for men in dating. And this is what's destroying long-term relationships and creating this dating crisis in the modern day. Is what we've lost is large group familiarity amongst people, like a community. And in a community, what happens? Men compete for status. So they're going to be tried to become more funny, more dominant, like be better at sports, be better at music, in some way increase their status within a specific group. And as they increase their status, this is the most attractive thing to women. Whether women admit it or not, a lot of sexual mate selection is based off how is a man received by other men. What do other men think about that guy? This helps women decide, is this man good? Is this man safe? Is this man of quality? And this is why in the traditional world also, a father would help a daughter select a mate because men know other men, right? We can see, like, is this man integral? Does he have responsibility about him? Will he be able to support a family? Is he honest? Is he brave and heroic? Like, we can see these things in other men. The problem is, and why status doesn't matter anymore, is that it doesn't exist anymore. Our social circles have grown pathetically small. With remote jobs, with social media, with Netflix, and with dating apps, there's not large group familiarity, especially amongst young people. They're content to, go on their dating apps, hang out with their small little social circle, and they don't get to interact with men in large group settings. Status doesn't exist if you don't have a social group, and most people are totally atomized today. Where do they meet? They meet on dating apps and they meet at the club. These are unfamiliar worlds. In unfamiliar worlds, superficial status reigns, meaning what does the guy look like? What kind of clothes does he wear? And how smooth is he? Those three things are the only indicators of status in a male. And this is what's creating terrible dating circumstances. Good dating only happens in familiar worlds, and we severely lack these outside of college today. Because back in the day, you'd go to church, and at church, you would know almost everyone in your community, and you'd get to know them for years. And through this, you can see, what do other women think about this guy? What do other men think about this guy? What is his reputation? What is his character like? What is his strongest qualities? Is he funny? Is he, good at music? Is he an athlete? Is he intelligent and wise? Like, you get to actually know someone. And when you get to know people, all of a sudden mate pairing happens. Are you a good match? Do you share values? Are your characters and souls of equivalent power? Like things like this, right? If I may be so bold here, I am a high value man and working to be, the greatest quality I possibly can be. I'm intelligent, I'm charismatic, I'm purpose driven, I'm confident. I work on myself and try to be the best I can. And I hope the same for you. I hope you think about yourself that way. And this, is revealed whenever I'm in familiar worlds, like growing up in high school, going to college, going to ecstatic dance these days. These are places where, men respect me and women are attracted to me. I can talk to girls. I get right through a lot of their filters. They see that I'm competent at dancing, competent, at socializing to some degree, or I am a little awkward and sensitive, but, all I'm saying here is that in a familiar world, I do all right for myself. In an unfamiliar world, like dating apps, crickets, right? I got 3 likes after a month of using Hinge. And it just revealed to me is that in these places of unfamiliar worlds, there's a vicious cycle of hypergamy, meaning that only like the top 10% of men are getting any likes. And that top 10% is not measured off true status. It's measured off superficial status. And when all of these women are saying, oh, I can't find a good man, or I keep getting hurt by men, it's like, yeah, where are you meeting men? Okay. The thing is when women meet men in unfamiliar worlds, they don't know what other men think about that guy. They don't know that man's reputation and past with other women. So of course they're going to just pick these sexy dudes who are terrible and weak bitches inside, right? And this is why dating is awful in unfamiliar worlds. And women are just going to keep getting hurt and men are just going to keep getting left behind. We need to interact with one another. We need to hang out. Like it's pretty simple. Let's say there's a middle school music teacher who's very caring and compassionate and loves his students, loves his dog, is a man of substance and a man of value. will he get a mate today? I don't think so. And the problem is just because he's average looking, he's going to be overlooked on all the dating apps. And on top of that, he's probably not going to church. And also women aren't going to church. They don't know him in his community. And outside of his old high school or college buddies, he probably has a very small social circle. And without all of these familiar worlds, he's just going to be left behind. And then women are going to keep complaining, oh, I want a caring and compassionate and a good man who's going to care for my family and all these things. And they're never going to find him because they don't have a big enough familiar world, and they're going to swipe left on him on dating apps in favor of that sexy Chad. And I know there's exceptions to the rule, but women tend to date up, like men who are more successful and more sexy than they are. And the problem is they can land this sexy Chad for a little while, but it's not going to turn into a long-term, nourishing and nurturing relationship. And these are why all these short-term relationships happen. We keep getting into situationships. Women keep getting into situationships with men above their league, and these men just keep bouncing around while everyone else is just pretty unhappy and unsatisfied, and we don't know each other, and everyone's just hanging out in their little apartment, scrolling through their Instagram and dating apps and Netflix, while our grandparents' generation was all just hanging out at the park, going to the river, cracking beers, having parties, getting to know one another. Hey, Jim, how's it going? Oh, hey, Sally, how's it going? Come with us. Jump in the car. We're driving downtown. Get downtown. All these other friend groups are down there. They interact with one another. You meet Jim's other friend, Mark, and he introduces you to Jill, and Jill is really cool. And Jill actually likes you, and she gets to know you and sees that you're funny and you're a humorous comedian, and all of a sudden that mole on your upper lip and that kind of facial asymmetry doesn't matter to her because she loves your heart. Okay, this is why dating is so messed up and people aren't getting into long-term relationships, is it's so superficial today. And guess what? Ancient founders of civilizations and most intelligent civilizations understand that good dating is a fabric of which a strong society is built upon, or good mate selection, that is. And good mate selection is overly and wholly concerned with what is deemed high status. Because guess what? When high status is deemed to be a man who is honorable, courageous, responsible, and strong, when that's high status, men will seek to become that. But when high status is based off superficial indicators like, how good you look and how you flex and, these stupid little things, men will seek to become that kind of boy, right? So whatever you deem as high status, men will seek to become. And in this age of promiscuity, what is high status has become the most superficial and decadent symbol in all of human history. So I hope you can put up a little bit of my arrogance there, but this is just the truth, my friends. If you're a high status, high value male, the most important thing you need to do out there is build large group familiarity so people can actually see your value. And women, it's so important that you interact in familiar worlds. If you don't interact in familiar worlds and try to date in unfamiliar worlds, you're going to keep getting hurt by the same type of guys. And just, all of a sudden you're going to wind up 35 or 40, and that guy's going to leave you for someone younger or something worse, God forbid. And then you're really going to wish you heeded these warnings, is look for men who are vetted by other men. Pretty simple. Thanks for watching. This is Wisdom Warriors. I'm Christian. If you want to talk to me one-on-one or join the Men's Academy, I'm looking for founding members to join this society. Link in the description below.